Hello Stampers, it's Cindy for Flourishes, and today I'm going to show you some fun techniques with a new product in the Flourishes store called card candies. And these are fun little paper embellishments. They're like brads without the legs, so they go on very easily, and they're shimmery, and some of them have pretty little designs on them. Like this collection right here called Savile Row. These are great for masculine cards. They look very metallic. And then this is the iced collection, pretty pastels. There should be an aqua in there as well, but I used them all up. You will get more in your package than you see right here in these collections, but this is just a sample that I have to play with. So let's get started. I'm going to show you the first technique. I want to first show you a card I made with a few of them on it. This one right here has this pretty little rose right here, and that is made entirely up with the Candi's dots. And then these as well down here at the bottom, that nice border was done using some as well. And I'm going to show you how to do both of those. We'll start with the border first. I start with, I'll put it on a color so you can see it, this nice white candy dot here, and they're shimmery. So they keep their shimmer even when you color them, which is what we're going to do with it. Candi sells this wonderful product called Fix. It's just like dimensionals as you know it, except there's 440 of them in a pack, and they're like $2, so it's a really great deal. So I'm going to peel one off, attach it to the back of my candy dot here, peel off the paper backing, and I'm just going to stick it right here. That's just going to make it easier for me to work with. You don't have to do that. You can just color them on paper, but I prefer to stick them down. And I'm using the R14 Copic marker from Flourishes Sweet Pea collection. Gotta love those marker collections. And I'm just going to color that in, just like so. Very nice. Now if you wanted to, for some techniques you would color the other side as well. So that's all there is to coloring in candy. Now I'm going to show you how to make that flower. So I'll take another circle, and these, by the way, I cut out with a 1-inch circle punch. You can make your circle bigger or smaller depending on the size flower you want. I'm going to start with one candy dot. This is a nice deep purple one. And I'm going to attach it with one of the Candi Fix mounting adhesive right in the center, and I attached it so that it's curved upwards instead of down like you would normally do. And then I'm going to use some tacky glue. I have the world's biggest bottle of tacky glue here. I've used this a lot, so it's about half empty. So I'm going to just run a bead of glue or a glob of glue all the way around my circle. And I'm going to attach some petals to the outside of that, just like so. You just kind of stick them down in the glue and have one end up. The glue will dry clear, so you don't have to worry about that showing. And you could do 1 or 2 rows, you can do a whole bunch of rows. On my flower I think I did 3. Maybe even 4 around the outside. So you can see that's the start of your flower. Now to get that center, I put another bead of tacky glue right in the middle. A nice big one. And then I want to take one of my circles and fold it in half, and then just snip off the tip like that so it has a nice flat end. And then what I'm going to do with it is just stick that right down into the center like so. I'm going to do that with 2 more. These I've already folded and cut ahead of time. I figured you guys are pretty good at folding and cutting. You don't need to see me do that 3 times. Alright, so, and you don't want to be too picky about that. It's just to give it a center. And then you want to set that aside to dry so all that white is gone, but you could continue around the outside of that. And once again, I'll show you the card just so you can see. You see how the centers are pointed right up like that, and then we just keep on going around. On this one, I actually used red from the Patriotic collection, and then some iced, or actually the iced sugar, the clear, the white, not clear, that I colored with my R14 Copic marker so that it would match the ones along the border. Alright, here's another example of a border that I did. This time I used Spellbinder's postage nestability die just to get a fun border. You'd be surprised at how many of the Spellbinders coordinate really well with these candies. A lot of them have these great little spots that you can put them in. And this one I used the Copper collection. Here are a couple from that collection. Half of them are gold and half of them are silver with a copper base with all those fun little circles. Now I wanted mine a little bit darker than the copper, so I colored it with an E29 marker, and that's from Flesh Tones 2 collection, just to darken it up. Yep, I'm using my finger for this one. I learned something new too. If you get Copic marker on your fingernail, you can use a colorless blender to get it off. I learned that today. Alright, so, and there it is all colored, and then you just attach them with the Candi Fix right there. I need a Candi Fix, how about you? Alright, oh, before I go, I should tell you too, the cards. This one uses Flourishes Lenten Rose set, which is one of my all-time favorites. This one uses from the Desk Of, which is a very sweet little set too. Does nice, more masculine looking cards. And then this one, which is one of my favorites I did with the candies, uses the Feminine Charm set, that pretty shoe from the Feminine Charm set. And then again, I took some Spellbinders dies, in this case, the Blossom Tags and Accents die, to get that neat little flower look. And I used some Candi Fix to attach several of the aqua colored iced candies to each one of the petals. And then I added some glitter to that. And I'll show you how to do that with this one that we already colored. I'll just very simply, just like you would a brad or anything else, add some, whatever your choice of glue is. I'm using Glossy Accents. And I should tell you that you can just use Glossy Accents on these to give it more of a shiny brad look too. It'll really make it look a lot more substantial. And then my glitter was right here. Here it is. I'm just going to add a little bit, and I actually, usually I do it with my finger, but that's pretty thick. So I'm just going to dump it on there and dump it right back in. Just like that, and then you have a pretty, let that dry, and then you'll have a pretty accent for your card. Looks cute in the center of flowers and bows and all kinds of things. The last one I want to show you is this card, which was on my blog the other day, using tiny flowers and tags, and a coordinating tag die there as well. I just used a couple of the candies as brads, and I didn't do anything to them other than just pop them on with some Fix. Very simple.